and favor the pocked shore of sloping thigh, and enjoy the depth and shadow of pendulous breasts and multiple chins. A shape, ample and sensuous, like the huge round vase handed down on the Brodie side of the family, in which she arranged her ditch lilies in the spring, or like the dunes of virgin snow on the hills beyond her home outside of small-town Leaford. Mary wished to be a rebel from the tyranny of beauty, but was instead a devotee, coveting its currency, devouring images in glossy magazines and broadcast TV, especially the kind that chronicled the lives of the rich and famous. Mary lingered over the body shots, outlining with her fingertips, like an appreciative lover, the rock-hard abdominals and concrete glutes, sinewy arms and pumped deltoids, so daring on a woman, coltish legs, wasp waist, swan's neck, lion's mane, cat's eyes. Mary accepted the supremacy of beauty and could not deny complicity in the waste of her own. It was often an unbearable burden for Mary Gooch to carry both her significant weight and the responsibility for it, and she naturally sought to blame. The media was her target, just as it was another of her addictions. Mary would tear through the pages of her glossy magazines, gratified by the celebrity cellulite, horrified by the gorgeous anorexics, noting the fall must-haves, sneering with the critics about fashion disasters, then realize she'd eaten a quart of premium ice cream, coerced by the advertisement beneath the article about the TV cutie with poor taste in men. Mary knew it was all the media's fault, but finger-pointing was too much exercise, and she couldn't sustain the blame for long, especially since she was so often confronted by the stupid genius of just saying no. Jimmy Gooch, Mary's husband of nearly 25 years, read Time and Newsweek and Scientific American and The Atlantic and National Geographic. He watched CNN even when America was not on red alert, and cable talk shows with clever panelists who laughed when nothing was funny. With Gooch working late most evenings and busy playing golf on the weekends, Mary reckoned they were down to spending only a handful of waking hours a week together. She wished to relieve the silence between them, but didn't share Gooch's passion for politics and was woefully uninformed about the details of the war in Iraq. The couple sometimes found common ground in musing on the vagaries of human nature. "Read the essay at the back," Gooch had said recently, tapping her on the head with a rolled-up magazine, a gesture she charged was aggressive, but he argued playful. The article spoke of the ills of North American culture, the mistaking of acquisition for success, gluttony for fulfillment. Gooch clearly meant for Mary to draw a comparison with her own indulgence, and she did. But the piece was provocative in its own right, posing the question, are people generally happier now, with instant access and quick fixes and thousands of channels and brands to choose from, than they were before the Industrial Revolution? Mary instantly decided no. In fact, Mary wondered if the opposite were true, that in the hard Scrabble life of her pioneering ancestors, whose singularity of purpose was clear, there was simply no time to ponder happiness. Chop wood, carry water. It was impossible to imagine that the early Brodies, who'd cleared Leaford from the Burger King to the gas station, had ever endured a sleepless night. Having read enough magazines and having spent hours lurking in the self-help section, Mary Gooch knew that she wasn't alone in her morbid obesity or her abstract malaise. Symptoms of despair were everywhere, and formulas for success within her grasp. A person could get a good night's sleep and wake refreshed, shed unwanted pounds without dieting, make dinners for 6 in 20 minutes or less, rekindle sexual passion, and achieve 5 personal goals by the end of the month. A person could. But in spite of the step-by-step instructions, Mary could not. The secret remained classified. She appeared to be missing some key ingredient, something simple and elusive, like honesty. Mary was raised without religion, but instinctively drew a separation between her spirit and body. Her spirit had no gravitational pull. Her body weighed 302 of Earth's pounds.